Hey guys, quick update. Feeling amazing right now. Still not quite fully settled, but have made some exceptional strides. Basically, I found my breath, I found my breathing, did a little bit of self-therapy yesterday morning and reframed some things. I was essentially challenged with the idea of pressure and challenge kind of triggering me. And so I basically said pressure grounds me. I become centered, grounded, and focused, and that really kind of felt right in my nervous system. So I added that to my written affirmations. I now have a couple for sleep, and I have one for that. Last night went to sleep, didn't even think about sleep. I knew I was going to fall asleep, and I went to bed early, ironically, about 2 hours earlier than the night before. So what's the moral of the story? Well, if you're struggling with things, I do think written affirmations are very powerful. I don't think you can get away from those. And then I also would say, and by what I mean by written affirmations, just get a journal, write 3 statements for whatever issue is you're facing to try to basically to rewrite the software in your brain and your subconscious mind of like what you believe. So if you believe you don't sleep well, you won't sleep easily, go ahead and just rewrite that. Say, I fall asleep quickly and easily and peacefully and happily. That's one of my rewrites. I wrote that years ago when I was dealing with insomnia, and I fixed it. So yeah, it might take a few days. You might have a relapse here and there. It's not a linear progression. Typically, it's more of you bounce up and down. You might have one night, then not a good night. Then you might have a couple nights, then not a good night. And then you might have a few more nights. You might go a whole week and be like pumped. And then all of a sudden you have a setback. That's normal. And the other thing too is reframing the failures, right? So when you do fail, as in life with everything, you have to be able to reframe that. You can't just sit there and freak out and read into the failure like you're regressing, essentially not learning, right? You're always learning as long as you take the failure and you reinforce it in a positive way and you learn from it so you don't repeat the same mistakes multiple times. So that's kind of the update there for that. Feeling really, really good now that I've sort of identified the missing thing. I use ChatGPT 5.2 on an open thread and kind of give some backstory on the context of what I'm mentally struggling with, maybe for cognitive behavioral therapy. And I say, hey, look, what's a way to kind of reframe this in my mind so it can make sense in a productive and empowering way? And that fixes that.